Hello and welcome to the channel. In today's video we are going to check out the new Marvel Legends Symbiote suit Spider-Man.
The secret decoding shield of the dreaded Dr. Doom has ordered him to blow up the Freedom Tower.
Dr. Octopus, Dr. Doom, Captain America, and Spider-Man each sold separately.
Here's how it works, Dr. Octopus. Just slip the secret message in the secret shield. Now our secret mission is revealed. How do we stop him, Captain America? That's our secret, Spider-Man.
Dr. Doom, Captain America, and other action figures from the Marvel Secret Wars collection, each sold separately. New from Mattel.
Hello everyone and welcome to the first video of 2025. And the first couple of videos for 2025, coincidentally have to do with New Year's Eve. So I had gone to, here in Mexico, we still have Sears, and they have a collectibles slash toy section. So I had the 31st off because of the New Year's holiday. So I had that day off from work and decided to go and check out what was available at Sears. I had not gone to Sears in a couple of weeks, or no, actually, it was more like a couple of months to check out what was in store to see if they had anything new for the holidays. When I wasn't expecting anything new, but once I got to the toy section, I did see that they had the Secret Wars wave. Although it's not complete, they had the Spider-Man, they had the Wolverine, the Iron Man, and that's it. I was interested in getting the Captain America, but when I asked one of the guys working he said they hadn't gotten yet. So hopefully it's coming in soon. But anyway, so I did pick up the Spider-Man and the Wolverine. So you're gonna see a video of the Wolverine later on. I also did pick up another figure that I was hoping to get for 2024 and would have made my list if I had gotten him in time. But anyway, so we're starting off 2025 looking at the black suit symbiote Spider-Man. So just a brief history for those who don't know. The black suit originally came about from this story, Secret Wars, in 1984. It was the first major crossover involving all of the Marvel heroes. And I believe in general it was like the first major crossover. Well, no, I was going to say the first major crossover by both Marvel and DC, but I believe in a few years back in 1982 they had done speaking of crossover, like Superman and Spider-Man teaming up, and I believe before that the X-Men and Teen Titans. There was a planned X-Men and Avengers, but that didn't happen. I'm sorry, Avengers and Justice League, but that didn't happen. But this is like the first intercompany major crossover involving all of the characters. So during the storyline is when Spider-Man got his black suit. He was often fighting in some planet, and this figure is supposed to represent that moment, of Spider-Man getting his new symbiote black suit. So anyway, that's what this figure is supposed to represent. Although Peter at this time, he was no longer a kid. He wasn't the same Amazing Spider-Man, the young kid where we started like seeing, in like Amazing Fantasy inspired in the first few issues of Spider-Man. By this time, he was already, probably in his early 20s, and Spider-Man was being depicted a little more, obviously a little more adult, young adult, or youth, grown up, and he was a little more, a little more muscly. But so this figure isn't really like a true representation of Spider-Man during that era. Um, the last black suit Spider-Man that we got, as a solo release, because there have been a few that have come out in multi packs, was the last retro wave. Well, not the last retro wave, but he was released in the retro wave. Was this guy here? Let me move over. Yeah, so this is the solo retro card Spider-Man in the black suit, and you can see that they're using different body bucks. The one on the right is a little more, way more muscly, way more buff, right? And Spider-Man by this point, when he got the suit, the black suit, was kind of looking like that, like this. So I've seen some people mention, that the current Marvel Legend doesn't really represent the character well enough from that storyline. And if if you're looking for accuracy, yes, it doesn't quite look the part, but he fills the part nicely. I would say it's if you're not a stickler for like super accurate storytelling and with the action figure, then it shouldn't be an issue. So we'll take a closer look at the figure. So I forget which head came in standard with in the box, but it does come with an alternate head, and we'll look at that in just a second. Uh, so one of the things, I gotta come clean. I have already recorded this video, but during editing, I noticed that some of the audio got corrupted, so I'm re-recording this. And during the first video, the the joint the for the diaphragm here comes really stiff. When you first get the figure, it comes really stiff, and you can't really twist the upper torso. So I will say be careful when getting this figure out of the box and trying to crank the upper torso or upper torso, or you may risk damaging the peg for the ball joint, and you might shear it off and break your figure in half. So while doing some additional recording for the video, the torso, the diaphragm, started to soften up. So, but first we're gonna get to one of the issues that still persists, which is with the shoulders. If you can see, you can't really lift them up for a decent T-pose. What you need to do is turn the shoulder forward, because the issue is that this little piece that hangs on the outside, you can see the little uh, from my finger, right on my fingernail, you can see that little edge of the shoulder that bumps into the butterfly, the plastic of the butterfly on the inside, right beneath this neck muscle. So that bumps into the plastic, and it won't allow you to fully sink the shoulder in. So what you need to do is twist the shoulder forward, and then it up. That way it's gonna go underneath the plastic of the butterfly joint, and then you can twist, And now you got your T-pose. And then you can now raise the arm a little further up. It's still tight. It's really tight. It's a good thing that this is, colored plastic and not painted, or else you're gonna risk over the course of time, uh, you know, chipping or scraping off plastic. So not paint, but since this is painted, I'm sorry, colored plastic, it doesn't matter. So on this side, the same thing. So move the shoulder forward, tuck it underneath the butterfly, twist, and now raise. And now you have your decent T-pose. And now for the upper diaphragm, you can see, whereas before I couldn't do this on that first recording. The upper torso would almost, it would you know torsion back to its neutral position. But now I'm able to turn it around. So as I was doing B-roll for that you'll be seeing throughout the video, the the upper torso softened up a little bit. So I'm just gonna say, be careful when you break the figure out of the box. Don't be so quick to try and twist the upper body. Try and do it slowly. I would recommend heating up the figure so that, like I said, the stem from the ball joint that goes from the torso to the abdomen, it won't shear off. So now you got your upper torso bend, and then the full bend, and going backwards. One of the solutions that you can do for this little piece, just grab an X-Acto knife and try and you slice that edge off, and with a super fine grit sandpaper, just smooth it out. It's a good thing this is black plastic, so it's not gonna look, when you trim that piece off, it's not gonna look wrong, bad, or anything. One thing I really hope that in the future for Spider-Man figures they implement the double ball joint system, because I still wish he would have a waist twist, but using this, torso twist, but at the waist instead of having just the ab crunch. I would have really liked to be able to do this with the waist at the bottom. I don't know why Hasbro hasn't implemented that. They do it with their classified series. So that's what I'm hoping they would start doing with Marvel Legends. For the leg goes that high and that farther back. For the split, he gets a pretty decent split, although I would prefer if Spider-Man had a full split. The upper thigh cut works fine on both. Then the knee bend works fine. The other issue that I have with this figure is the feet. One, they're pretty stiff, so again, be careful. But yeah, the feet are stiff, but also I don't like the giant feet that they give this guy. So what I'm planning on doing is trimming down the feet just to make them a little slimmer. Lengthwise, I may trim them just a little bit. But yeah, I definitely don't like this wide foot that they give these figures. So I'm gonna do that in the future. right there. Let's take a look at the accessories that come with this figure. So you have the extra set of, because I can't get it all in the shot. So you got your extra set of hands, typical. You got your sweeping hand and your wall crawling hand. It's the same. So this is just showing the upper side, the underside of the, of the hands. I don't know why they package like that, but okay. And then you got that Secret Wars shield. What do they call this thing? Prism, or I forget what it's called. The effect. And then this is the alternate disc that you can change for the thingy here. And then we've got the alternate head. Let me raise the camera just a little bit. The alternate head that we'll take a look at in just 1 second. Okay, so I got the other alternate head here. How that looks. There we go. So there's that head sculpt. I forget where I've seen this head sculpt before. I probably post it, right now, so that we can compare it over here. But I know I've seen it before. I don't know if spider shot or is it on the one of the superior. I don't know. I'll find it. I know I've seen it recently, so I'll post. I'll post an image on right here. Anyway, so there's that, and then the alternate hands. We'll have a look at those. As I pull them out, the hands have, for the most part, they've given the hands they've always had like a design at the back of the hand where sometimes it looks like this colloidal shape, and sometimes it has nothing but a white dot. So the shape of this behind at the back of the hand can change depending on the artist and all of that. So we have both of the splayed out hands. And we have both of the sweeping hands. Let's set this up better. We can get everything in the shot. There we go. Oh, the thing, lenticular. That's what I'm just trying to get at. The lenticular image. So let's pull that out. That shield that comes with the figure. Here it is. So this is the lenticular disc. Switches back and forth from masked to unmasked Peter. Some people were saying also that we should have gotten an unmasked Peter Parker head, and that would have been cool if you have. But there have been other Peter Parker Spider-Man releases that have the unmasked head that you can use if you have one. And one of the other complaints that I've seen is that the if you can notice, I can see right there in this shot on the head sculpt that's on the bottom and the one that's on the figure, neither match the source material. So the eyes should be bigger than the one that's on the figure right now, but not as big as the one that's at the bottom. So, you know, there should be an open market for 3D printers and all that to print out a correct Secret Wars head for this figure. And the way to switch out the lenticular image is just pop it open from the top, remove it. You got these little divots. You got your disc, and all you got to do is just line them up, close it up, and you attach it via this C-clip that you would peg it onto his wrist. And with this, you would peg it onto his back. I'm going to keep this in my parts bin. This will never see the light of day again. What would have been cool, I think, is okay, have the discs, the lenticular disc and all of that, or maybe just this 40th anniversary disc. But what I would have preferred is they would have done and given us as a stand instead. And just add a peg so that we can plug it onto at the bottom of the foot. And then, you would have been able to have the figure stand on top of the disc. But what do I know? Let's just put this here as well, because it is part of the whole package. And we're going to do some more comparisons. I already compared him with the previous release. But as far as like comparisons with the body buck itself, of the feet I have that I found that compared to this one is the most recent Spider-Man in the Retrowave. This is the one that came cell shaded, but I've already removed the cell shading. But I believe this is the same body buck with one, and that is the arms. If we go back to back here, you will notice that on classic suit Spider-Man, the arms are longer. You can see how the elbow is lower on the waist compared to the black suit. And then the wrists, this one is even with the thigh cut, while on this one it's above the thigh cut. So black suit Spider-Man has shorter arms, but height-wise, they appear to be the same. So the only difference is the length of the arms. And then the other Spider-Man that kind of matches with their other black suit is this guy. This is the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man. And you can see that he matches better with this. These two share the same body, I believe. Although the classic Spider-Man, the Renew Your Vows looks a little taller. Let's see how they compare. Let's see. Could be just how I have them posed. I believe the legs are longer on the Renew Your Vows than on the black suit. That's the issue. But basically, they're the same body in terms of like the torso and all of that, and the articulation. This one obviously has the toe tilt, the black suit The retro black suit does not. But yeah, I believe this one has just longer legs. Oops. So, my final thoughts on this figure. If you don't have a black suit Spider-Man in your collection, I would say it's okay to get this guy. Is it the best one? Mm, I would say I would prefer this guy that I have, although be warned, this head sculpt is not the one that comes with this figure. This one, this is a head sculpt that I got from the the 2-pack that was with Craven the Hunter, and I just repainted the eyes to look a little more like McFarlane. So if you want this look in particular, the one that I have, you would need to get the other figure and repaint the eyes. But if I didn't have that guy, I would be pretty satisfied with this one. Like I said, even though the body is a little more smaller and not quite accurate to the source material, if that doesn't bother you, if you're just okay having a regular, just have a representation of the character in this look, I would say it's fine. Um, I would say, he can't, you can get him to pose in some of those complex Spider-Man poses, and I think that all in all, he does, he serves the purpose. You know, it's not the best. If you want the best representation of this figure, to get the Mayfex, if you can find it, find it for regular retail price, which is high enough. But in the secondary market, you're gonna pay almost twice. So you know there are other options out there. I won't say it, but if you know, you know. Um, but for like 20 something bucks or whatever, you're paying for a Marvel Legends. If you can find this guy, cool, he'll serve its purpose. And I think that the figure is just fine as it is. That's what I think. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think is this the best black suit Spider-Man that has ever come out? Or do you agree with me that the previous retro release is a better one? Or is there a better version that I don't have, that I didn't show, that's even better? By the way, don't mention the Pizza Spidey Buck, because that's the one that comes with the uh, Kramen the Hunter 2-pack, which I do have, but I didn't show in this video, and I do not like that buck. So don't mention that one. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.